ministers have heard of different approaches, and maybe maybe they more lend towards the top down or the bottom up approach, or I've also heard of sort of percentage based budgeting as well. But I think many people are saying, Sam, give us the answer. What's the answer? What's the right way to do it?
I mean, it's a great question, Chris, and you're going to be unsurprised and probably a little bit relieved to know there isn't one right option. So you don't need to go and rewrite your budget for your church. I'm sure what you've done is good. And actually, one of the things of budgeting is looking year on year to see how you can improve what you've done. It's a sort of an ongoing process rather than being a place that you land. And so I think that's a good thing to have in mind as you come to do budgeting. I mean, some of the approaches we've talked about are quicker, some are slower, some are more simple, some are more complex, some are proactive, whereas some are reactive. And each of the different kind of approaches that we've just kind of mentioned have their advantages and their disadvantages. I mean, for me personally, when if I was creating a budget, I think that there are a few kind of things that I would focus on. I would consider last year's actuals, as in the actual kind of income and expenditure, as a source of information to when creating the next year's budget, not necessarily to build it based on that or to kind of copy that across, but actually to have that as part of the kind of discussion. I think is really important. I think secondly is considering known price increases. If you create a budget without considering that, then you're probably creating a budget to fail. And so where you do know about price increases, I think the first thing that you should look to do is find alternative suppliers, like look at alternatives and don't just accept the kind of price increases that suppliers will tend to push your way. But where you can't do that, where it's not possible to kind of renegotiate a contract or get a better price, then to build those into your budget, I think makes sense rather than budgeting kind of without doing that. I'd also say that a budget is a budgeting moment is a chance to consider what you're going to stop doing as well as what you're going to start doing. So churches often get really excited. It's the budgeting time. We can kind of do some blue sky thinking. We can do some praying. We can pop all that into a spreadsheet, and that's great. And that should be part of the process. But the other part of the process should be actually considering, okay, what might we stop doing as well as what might we start? And I think it's really important to get budget holders' ideas and input. Because I think that's really key in terms of getting their buy-in and helping churches kind of with achieving kind of their vision and their mission in the way that they're kind of spending money.